This webinar is presented in association with the Academy for Environmental Leadership. The AEL offers a one-year certificate in conservation ecology. This accredited NQF5 program provides students a unique learning experience and acts as a bridge between high school and further studies or employment.
We make a real difference in young adults' lives, not just impact in the lives of people, but also impact within our environment.
This will give me a broader perspective about life, about nature, about environment. So that's why I'm here, to discover what I actually want to do.
I wanted to study something to do with conservation and get into this field.
And the things that I've learned here, I've gotten a new love for farming, especially, and farming sustainably.
Introducing Janet Labatut. As a licensed Morrisby practitioner with an extensive background in recruitment, Janet is uniquely positioned to provide your team with comprehensive insight into the most fulfilling career options for them as an individual. Her passion for investing in the futures of Gen Z South Africans inspired her to establish her practice, coaching high school students, grade 9 to 12, and young adults in 2017. She has successfully assisted over 500 students to work toward their dreams, and she has personally walked this path with 2 sons attending Stellenbosch University. We hope this webinar provides you and your child with the tools that they need to step into the next season without the anxiety and overwhelming pressure that so often accompanies subject and career decisions. Big decisions don't have to mean big anxiety.
Hi everyone, it's great to spend some time with you discussing careers. The importance of academic results is drummed into us at high school, and I promise I'm not going to do that. It's more about getting through school though. It's about shaping our academic path, discovering our passions, and finding a course of study that aligns with our goals. Not everyone is ready for university. I see this again and again. The stats tell us that only 50% of students graduate. Some of our kids just aren't ready and may benefit from a bridging year of some kind. I know, you don't want them on their phones on the couch. Structured academic bridging years are available, and I think there's huge value in the student being able to breathe a bit after a hectic matric year, gaining the maturity required to be successful at university, and having the time to research the program that offers the best career fit for the future. For me, a structured post-matric year that results in a qualification, in addition to personal development, is first prize. Let's take a look at some of the popular post-matric programs on offer. So as I said, understanding yourself, your interests and passions is key. Grab a piece of paper and let's get brainstorming. Take some time to really figure out what makes you tick. What gets you excited? What topics or activities do you find yourself drawn to? It helps to reflect on your favorite subjects at school. What are your special talents? What could you practice over and over again without getting bored? What do other people tell you you're good at? Do you enjoy spending time indoors or outdoors? Do you prefer working with people, animals, or data? The very first step in your journey towards tertiary study is answering one fundamental question. What do you want to study? And it's more than just selecting a diploma or a degree. It's really getting to grips with who you are, what your passions are, aligning it with your academic ability, and most importantly, selecting a course that leads to employment. Now that you have a basic shortlist in place, it's time to narrow down your choices even further. Career clusters are groups of careers that have similar features and usually require comparable knowledge or sets of skills. This expands your options to choices that are similar and point you in directions for further research. There is often overlap between the various career clusters. For example, environmental careers could fall into the science, agriculture, and even law clusters, with the umbrella theme being sustainability, a hot career of the future. Once you've pinpointed your interests, it's time to explore the vast landscape of fields of study available. Dive into books, websites, and YouTube videos related to various fields. Attend career fairs and open days. Over dinner, brainstorm with family and friends to gain introductions to professionals working in different industries. Complete short courses or certificate courses as part of a gap year. Make really sure that what you plan to study after school is well suited to you. While passion is essential, it's equally crucial to consider the practical aspects of your chosen career. Are there job opportunities available in that field? Ask the professionals that you know. You could even go onto LinkedIn and do a search as if you're a graduate to see if there are opportunities available. So how do we select a career? As a recruiter, I'm acutely aware of the importance of selecting studies that lead to employment. Think further than just the degree that you're going to study. How will you become a specialist in that field? What are the careers of the future in that field? If we look at an example in the environmental field, there was a time when anything green was considered niched. Today, environmental careers are a major force in the job market. Employers are looking for people with sustainability know-how, and more businesses have this high up on the agenda. So what are the next steps we need to take? Let's just quickly recap. Once you've pinpointed the career cluster, you're going to do some research on the web, attend career fairs hosted by the tertiary institutions, perhaps book a career assessment with a career counsellor like myself, chat to anyone in your network who may be able to give you input, perhaps even finding a mentor. Let's get an understanding of the steps that you need to take. Selecting a tertiary institution. Try to visit campuses in person or jump onto virtual campus tours. Information sessions are often loaded on YouTube. Although your selection is deeply personal, do you know anyone who's attended the university or college? Have a chat with them to find out more about their experience. Consider factors like atmosphere, class size, campus facilities, and available resources that can enhance your academic journey. Applying on time. Ensuring that your tertiary study applications are submitted correctly and on schedule is a crucial aspect of the admission process. It's critical to apply on time after gathering the necessary documents. University applications in South Africa open any time from March of the year prior to the year of study and close from July to September. Hedging your bets. Because different faculties and programs have different entrance requirements, I encourage you to increase your chances of admission by applying to more than one university or tertiary institution. As you navigate the journey of admission to tertiary study, staying organised is your secret weapon. We all have different tools, and it really doesn't matter how you do this, but your grade 11 and 12 years are super busy, and you'll feel a whole lot less stress if you stay on top of your game by using planning tools. Keep records, hard copies or online, of application submission confirmations and any correspondence with universities. Set up a private email address not associated to your school and monitor it for updates and admission decisions. Now it's a waiting game as you wait to hear about the outcome of your applications, but your year will be so busy, time will just fly. What are your chances of getting into a specific university course? Admission to university has become more competitive. There are more students applying, and of course we're not building more universities. Check the minimum requirements for your preferred course. A good rule of thumb is to have a minimum of 10% higher than that. It's recommended that you apply to 2 courses at more than one university, and it's a good idea to look at alternative to university too. Your study choices should be realistic and should include program options that you're very likely to get into based on your academic performance. You'll want to have a good plan B in place. This could include an alternative university that might not be your first choice, but it's the preferred degree that you should focus on. An alternative institution may have lower entrance requirements or less competition. And of course, you might consider a structured academic bridging year. Redoing maths and physical science may also be on the cards. AEL tells me that they're able to support students who wish to do so. Your time studying is a continuation of the adventure you've begun, a chapter in a story of growth and achievement. Self-discipline and balance is key. Enjoy the parting by all means, but keep focused on your purpose. As we conclude this journey together, take a moment to reflect on this remarkable path that you're traveling. From the early years of self-discovery at school through to academic achievement and then waiting for university admission, you're on your way to a fantastic adventure post-matric. Good luck.
Thank you for listening, and to our sponsor, the Academy for Environmental Leadership. If you are passionate about the environment and interested in hearing more about a unique academic bridging year, away from home, at a campus on the banks of the Orange River, visit AEL's website, www.ael.ac.za.